How's everybody out there doing tonight? This is just kind of a test stream. I'm not going to be on here that long. It's probably not going to hold up anyways. I don't know. Trying to find a service that's good enough to do live streams is tough. It's tough. And I'm not paying for the service so I can do them. So I just been making a few videos here and there like I've been doing. And that's been working out pretty good. Just making a few videos. But if this spot works, then I might come here and do some. I don't know. But I just figured I'd give it a shot just to see if it would work. And I don't have my phone plugged in, so I'm not going to be on here that long. But whoever stops by, I appreciate it. I just figure I'm out here in the van. I just come on for a little bit, see what everybody's up to. I tried to do a live stream, what was it, a few days back, and it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do it, so. It's a little difficult being on the road, and a lot of Walmarts now, it's not a strong enough signal to do live streams. And like I said, I'm not paying for it. I've never paid for it, and I'm not going to pay for it. Because I can just go make videos and upload them, and that's usually what I do. But we'll see how this works where I am. It seems to be, I don't know, it's kind of shady around here where I am, so we'll see. But the van's been going okay. I did have to buy a new radiator cap today. It wasn't leaking or anything, but the radiator cap was all, the rubber that goes on there was all cracked up. It's all deteriorated. I got it back here somewhere. Let's see here. Got the old one here. Where the hell's my light? This is the radiator cap here. You can see, maybe you can't see all those cracks in the rubber? It's all falling apart. It wasn't leaking, so I'm going to save it, but it was all starting to deteriorate up here. Up here where my top finger is, right here. See all those cracks in the rubber? It's all falling apart all the way around. Let's see here. Not on that part, but on the other part. See it? See all those cracks in the rubber? That's a rubber gasket that goes on your radiator. Yeah, it all dried up and rotted away. It wasn't leaking. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. It wasn't leaking. It just falling apart. You know how much they charged me for a new friggin' radiator cap at AutoZone? It was almost $13. Almost $13 for a friggin' radiator cap. I remember you could buy those for like $6.99. Guy says that was it $12 and some change. I was like, what? For a friggin' radiator cap? So I don't know. I had to pay. I'm not gonna have it like, you know, as the weather gets hotter towards the summer, you know, it just starting to deteriorate. It might start leaking because the radiator, when the engine's running, it builds up pressure. And with that rotten rubber, dry rotted, it might be leaking. But it wasn't leaking. It wasn't leaking. But I was checking all my fluids earlier this morning, yesterday morning, and when I pulled the radiator cap off, to check the fluid, which it was full. It's not leaking or anything. It was just all, I saw the rot in it. It was all rotted. Like all those cracks I just showed you guys. So, you know, I just go buy a new one. It cost that much. It was almost $13, but it's not a big deal. So I appreciate you guys coming in. And other than that, the van's been going all right. What else can I say? Yeah, it just burns a lot of gas. That's all. I go through about 2 gallons a day, a gallon and a half to 2 gallons a day, and I barely even go anywhere in the area where I am. You know, if I was to drive around, you know, quite a bit, I could burn up 5 to 10 gallons a day easy if I was to get out and drive around quite a bit. But let's see, Cobra John, thanks for coming in. Super Cereal, thanks for coming in. Let's see who else is in here. Transparent 415, thanks for coming in. Megan, thanks for coming in. Charles, thanks for coming in. Let's see here. I appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, that bottom seal is the bottom seal that keeps the pressure right here. The top seal is the one that holds the water. Yeah, it was the top one, Cobra John. The top one is rotted, and it's dry rotted. I just didn't want any trouble. I just didn't want to have trouble within 2 months or 3 months from now. But it wasn't leaking. It wasn't leaking or anything like that. I was just out checking my fluids, the oil, the power steering fluid, brake fluid, and I don't have any leaks. But when I pulled the radiator cap off and I looked at the radiator cap, and I was like, man, this rubber is all gone. And when that rubber makes contact with the top of your radiator, when you tighten it up, you know, you don't want a rubber that's all dry rotted and cracked up like that. It'll cause trouble. And so I just bought a new one. I didn't think it would be almost $13. I didn't think it would be $12 and some change, but it is what it is, I guess. So I thought it'd be like maybe $8 at the most, $7-8, but I didn't think it'd be that much. But yeah, it's best to be safe, because like I said, I don't want trouble. I don't want the thing like to be leaking all over the place somewhere or something. Transparent 415 says codes is the best. Yeah, I've been on the road now for a while. I mean, off and on, you know, and it's still not that bad. If you like living in an RV or a van or a minivan, it's not that bad. I mean, some people make it out to be that it's bad, but it's what you want to do. If you want to pay $15 a month rent, you can do that. Or $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. I don't want to pay that. So anyways, but another thing I want to mention, I do got a new M12 Milwaukee tool coming, and I will be doing a review on the new tool that I had ordered the other day on my other channel. So don't think my other channel's dead. We got a Milwaukee M12 tool coming, and should I give it away? Could it be the soldering iron? The M12 soldering iron? And I bought some wire. You wouldn't believe this if I tell you this. I went to Home Depot and bought 4-ounce soldering wire, 60% lead, 40% copper, or 60% copper. Anyways, that little spool of soldering, electrical solder wire was like almost $28. Now I got that back here too. It was like almost $28. Where's that damn thing? Okay. Electrical solder. I got a few wires that I got to solder up. Electrical solder, 60-40 lead core solder. 60-40. So I don't know, 60% copper, 40% lead. That's what it is right here. You see that little package right there? You see that little package? Take a good look. Almost $28. Almost $28 for that. That's 4 ounces. Roll. Yeah. I was like, wow. Is that stuff gold or what, Cobra John, huh? Not Cobra John, is it gold? Lead, solid. Oh, it's copper. Yeah, that's what I thought. I got a few wires on the van that I got wired up, but I'm gonna solder them. I'm gonna take the tape off, and I got some liquid tape. So I'm gonna solder the wires, and I bought a bottle of liquid tape. It's not tape it's for electrical wires, but I'm gonna solder the wires. I got 2 wires. I'm gonna solder them on the van, and then I put the liquid electrical tape. It comes in a little glass bottle. I got a bottle of that. It's about that big. It's called a liquid electrical tape. I've never seen it before, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna try that. So I bought a bottle of that. Thanks for coming in, Bob. Unknown 3, thanks for coming in. So anyways, I'll be happy to get that new Milwaukee M12 soldering iron, and I got a pouch to put it in, and I've got all the batteries. So, and I bought 2 extra tips too. I bought 2 extra tips, a pointed one and a chiseled one. But it comes with one, so I'll have 4 tips, 2 pointed ones and 2 chiseled ones, and also I got a few other things too, accessories I bought with it. So it's good to have a soldering iron. It's good to have, your drills with you. Milwaukee stuff, I'm never getting rid of it. Never. Yeah. Well, if you're out on the road just starting out, get yourself a minivan and just hit the road. That's the best thing you can do if you don't have a lot of money. If you got extra, it depends on how much money you got. I can give you advice all night long. I don't know what your situation is, so I really can't give you. I can give you advice if you got a lot of money. Then I'd just go pay at least $25,000 or $30,000 and get a Class B camper van. But if you've only got maybe $3,000 or $5,000, I would definitely jump in a minivan and just make it out cheap. Go to Walmart, get some plastic bins and like a bed futon, and you can do it like that for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming in. So, yeah. If that's the way you want to do it, it depends on how much money you got, like I say. Money's usually the problem with most people. Not everybody, but most people. But if you got extra money, then I would go with a Class B camper van, because then you can, you got everything you need in it. The air conditioner on the roof, you got the refrigerator, you've got, your stove to cook on. But you can do a lot with the minivan, like I say. The minivan has got advantages, like better on gas. I mean, that's a big deal out here, gasoline. It's a light travel, but you can still lay down in it and get some sleep. A full body. You can drive for Grubhub, Uber Eats, and make money with a minivan. It's just like a car, but it's just a little longer. But you can't stand up in it, so But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, you could get a sailboat if you want to live on the water. That was never my thing. My thing was always the van, the Ford vans. And like I said, I'll support Ford Motor Company till the day I die. You know, there's a lot of them out there, but I like the older Ford trucks and vans. We've talked about this before, but boy, they're getting harder and harder to find that are in good shape. If you start from, like I say, 1988, probably like 1988 to 1996. I wouldn't go no newer than 96. If you can find one that's in good shape, like a van or a truck, they're pretty good luck with those old trucks like that. But you got to find one that's not beat up. You got to find one that's, in good shape. And it's hard to do because a lot of them are in a junk pile now. They're all beat up. But they're not all of them. They're out there. And if a minivan, you know what? If I was to go with a minivan, I might not go with a Ford. I might go with a Toyota Sienna. Or what is it? Yeah, the Toyota Sienna. I've heard a lot. I've never had one. But I've heard a lot of people tell me that the Toyota Sienna minivan is a great van. They're really dependable. The motors last a long time. I don't know because I've never had one. But people have told me that. But, my old Ford's still going. And that's all I care about. I've done most of the work on the breakdowns and fixes myself. So, I saw a new Ford Transvan electric, $30,000. Yeah, I know. Some of them are very expensive, and that's just. And then you have to build it out on top of it. That's just like a regular van, and there's nothing in it. There's no bathtub in it, no toilet, no electrical and plumbing in it. It's just a bare van. And the new ones are out of this world. They're like $140,000, $50,000. Who's going to pay $140,000 or $50,000 for a brand new Class B camper van? That's a lot of money. I mean, if you're a millionaire, maybe, but if you're just getting by, that's like out of most people's price. 95% of most people's price range, $140,000 to $50,000. There's no doubt about it. My neighbor is looking to travel. 2005. Better. Yeah. I mean, you could find a 2005 or 2008 probably reasonable, $50,000 or $60,000. I mean, if you got some money, but it's still a lot of money. I don't have that price range. I paid $10,000 for what I got, and it's been very, 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 very good to me. Overall, I've had some breakdowns, but you got to expect it. Let's see here. Cars, electric cars. Yeah, the electric stuff's good, but you know what? I don't know. If something breaks, computerized, you got to have special tools to work on them. That's why I stick with these older Fords, back in the late 80s, early 90s, and maybe into the mid 90s. And because I can work on most of it myself, like changing stuff out, alternators and water pumps and stuff. And I got most of the tools that I can do that kind of stuff with me in the van, It saves me a bit of money. Even if I have to buy the parts, it's still going to save me a bit of money than paying a garage, $180 to $200 an hour, or 100, 30, 50, 80, whatever the number is going to be. So, my daughter doesn't need 300 miles. Yeah, I don't know. People get these electric cars and they think they're great. I mean, I don't know. I've never had one, but I gotta have a vehicle that that I can live in, and that's my situation. But I don't know. If you get a car, it's you can live in a car, but it's rough. There's not a lot of room. A minivan, the farthest I would go with a car situation is a minivan. You know, if I didn't have extra money and something happened to this van, I might go that route with a minivan. Because I can still sleep in it. I can still put some stuff in it, and you know, it's just a little bit more room than a car, but it's just like a car, you know. All right, let's see. Too fast, yeah. Uh, but anyways, just figured I'd stop in for a few minutes. I'm sure my battery's dying quick. Let's see here, yeah, because I ain't got it plugged in. I've got the phone set right up on the front windshield, so it's on my dash, and it's on the windshield of the van, holding it. But I just wanted to try. I've been trying at different places to see if I could go live, and it's been shady. It's been shady, and it doesn't want to work. I tried at Walmart the other day. I couldn't go live. I tried at the gym. I couldn't go live. And this place here, it seems to be working. Imagine that. Shady internet service. But anyways, I ain't got much more to say. But I will have a video coming up on my other channel of the new Milwaukee tool that I bought, which is a soldering iron. And I'll be glad to get that and add that to my arsenal of M12 Milwaukee tools. I'll be happy to get it. I've been waiting to get it. You know, I've been waiting a while. And I went in, you know, listen to this. Listen to this. I went into Home Depot, and it's $119.99. I've seen it on sale around Christmas time for $79. And then the regular price has always been $99. Because I keep track of all this stuff. They wanted $119 just for the bare tool. You know what I did? I got online. Same store. Home Depot. $91.99 for just the bare tool at Home Depot. So why are they selling it online? And I told the girl, I says, you're selling it in your store, a bare tool for $119.99, and and then on your website, you got it for you got it for $91.99. Well, I don't know. Well, I said order it for me and send it to the store, and I'll pay the $92 plus tax. Dumb people. Think people are dumb? I mean, same tool, same exact tool, soldering iron, but it's like over $20 more. But I can order it. I had the girl order it and have it sent to the store, and I'll pick it up at the store, and I got it over $20 cheaper. That makes no sense at all. Coach, what are some of the channels we... I don't know. There's a lot of channels out there. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there. But, you know, there's a lot of good channels out there, you know, depending on who you like. If you like tool channels or if you like RV travel channels, it depends on what you like. I like a little bit of both. I like tool channels and I like RV travel channels, and you know, I like a little bit of both because I'm involved in both of it. I'm involved in tools. I'm involved with, you know, the travel, the RV lifestyle, you know, boondocking, traveling in a van, living in a van, but also on my other shoulder, we got Icon Tools, we got Milwaukee, we got Quinn, you know. So we got a hand in everything, huh? We got a hand in everything. That's the best of it. Let's see. So yeah, that's what I like. I mean, And it's not just having the tools, knowing how to use them is another plus, you know. When I get that, I got a couple wires that I'm gonna solder up on the van, and like I said, I'm gonna put that liquid tape on them, and then it'll be done right. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't even know I had an accent. Let's see here. Where is most RV drama nowadays? I don't know. I try not to really get into the drama. There's a lot of drama out there on the internet. But I take a step back. I'd rather have a serious channel, and than these knuckleheads out there. And there's knuckleheads that are just losers. They're straight up losers. And not that I'm perfect or I'm God, but I don't try to create drama and lies about people. If I say something about somebody, it's the truth. You know? It's not a lie. But just whatever they say, they've been trying to, there's a group of people, you know who they are. They've been trying to railroad me, so to speak, and get me off the internet. It doesn't work. They tried it 5 years ago. They tried it 7 years ago, 8 years ago. It didn't work out for them. They're getting older, and I'm still here. And boy, it makes them mad. But I don't care. They can think whatever they want. They can say whatever they want about me, but it's all a bunch of lies. It's all a bunch of lies. They said I sold these people, this group of people, with no evidence, with no facts, said I sold my van. I sold my van and I'll live with my mom or my dad. Well, I still got my van. How do you explain that? They can't back up their words after I bring out the evidence, you see. They're just a bunch of liars. You know? And that's what they live off, lies and drama. And let them go at it, because let them hang themselves, so to speak. They ain't hurting me at all. I go at it more. I don't care what they say, and you people shouldn't care what they say about me, because anybody that's got a half a brain in their head knows that they're just a bunch of troublemakers. A bunch of troublemakers. And what they try to do is, get a bunch of people to go against you, and it doesn't work out because they know the 9000 series with my right hand before God tells it just like it is. And God's looked out for me many, many times when I was in southeast Georgia, Gulfport, Mississippi, Slidell, Louisiana, Knoxville, Tennessee. Been in all those places, I made it all back with my 1991 van, They don't like that. Let's see. And so I know the facts, and you people know the facts. The 9000 series is still here in 2025. And in 2030, God willing, I'll still be around. I don't know that for 100% fact, but most likely I will. It's about a 90% chance I will be here. Let's see here. So, anyways, I'm not going to be on here much longer. I've been on almost 30 minutes. My phone's not plugged in, but I just figured I'd stop in and see what you guys are up to tonight. And that's about it. Hope all the great people, the good people, are doing very well out there. And the bad people, I don't care about them assholes. They can, I don't give a shit what happens to them. Uh, yeah, we're all going to die eventually. Everybody dies, part of life. And another thing is a part of life, your life is what you make it. You can get up here every night and beg for money. You can get up here every night and be a big sloppy drunk. You can get up here every night and be a big liar. You can get up here every night and just cause drama. And that's your life. That's not my life. That's other people's lives. You see, when I come on here, I'm going to tell the truth and tell it like it is. And people can spin it around however they want. But the good people, the majority of the people, have always had my back. They said, that guy has been on YouTube how long? How long? And he's still here? You see, that speaks numbers. That speaks facts. Yeah. And I never had to get up here. Thank you, God. I've never had to get up here and face the people and say, oh, my alternator's gone. Hey guys, can you buy me a new alternator? Can you buy me new tires? You see, I never had to do that. You see, I have my own money. And my YouTube thing, I'm free. You don't have to have channel memberships. You don't even have to be subbed to my channel to come in here. I don't do that bullshit. That's all bullshit. If you come in here and act right, you're always welcome to come in here. And you don't even have to be subbed to my channel. That's up to you. If you want to sub to my channel, that's up to you. But if you don't, that's fine. But if you come in here and act right, it's fine. But if you come in here and be a knucklehead, I'm going to throw you out. That's right. And, you know, I don't need people's money. And when I come on here to talk to a few people that I like, you know, I'd rather have 20 people in here or whatever that are great people than have 100 people in here and have, you know, 80 bad ones. That's how I look at it. So, and, yeah, bam, just like that. That's my line. I thought that up. Nobody else. That's right. The 9000 series. They've copied that, but it came from me. That's where that line come from. It come from me. That's right. Let's see here. All right. I don't know who this guy is. I think he's just some kind of troll or something. But this Joe guy, I've never seen him in here before. I think he's just in here trolling. Yeah. But anyways. But anyhow, that's about all I got to say, I guess. And that's about it for tonight. I'm going to keep it short. I'm not going to be on here a long time. Yeah. When you ask stupid questions, I'm not even going to answer them. And if you get much more stupider, I'll just throw you out. You know, like I said, this is a real channel. And if you want to be, I don't know where you come from, but if you like the other side over there, then go over and be with them. I don't, you're asking stupid questions. I'm not even going to answer them. Yeah. This guy's just coming over here to aggravate or just start off little and work his way up the ladder here. I got an idea who it is. They make up 40 or 50 troll accounts, and then they come in and bother somebody, basically. And I don't go to his channel or their channels and bother them, but they will over here. But they won't for long. But anyways, so yeah, Well, appreciate you guys coming in tonight, and I'm probably gonna get out of here because I gotta find a place to park tonight. That's not gonna be here, but I'm gonna find another place to park, and then I'm gonna go on from there. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Eric. I appreciate it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. But anyhow, it's getting late, so I'll talk to you all later. Until next time, have a good one. Peace out.